Abstract. Abstract art. Abstract paintings. Academic. Academic achievement. An academic career. Accommodate. The hotel can accommodate 100 people. Accommodate the needs of people. Accurate. An accurate description. An accurate time. Adequate. Be adequate for our needs. An adequate supply. Adjust. Adjust my schedule to yours. Adjust to a new environment. Advocate. Animal rights advocates. An advocate for free speech. Agenda. A meeting agenda. The agenda for action. Aggressive. Aggressive behavior. An aggressive marketing campaign. Agricultural. Agricultural land. Agricultural production. Aid. Food aid. Official development aid. Alert. Stay alert. Alien. An illegal alien. An alien culture. Analysis. A DNA analysis. Data analysis. Anticipate. Anticipate the needs of customers. The anticipated movie. Appeal. Appeal to the public for help. His movies appeal to all ages. Appreciate. Appreciate your help. Appreciate the music. Association. A residents' association. A free trade association. The strong association between smoking and lung cancer. Assume. It is commonly assumed that. It is generally assumed that. Assume the role of the president. Atmosphere. The Earth's atmosphere. A friendly atmosphere. Attach. Attach a photo to a message. Attach a file to a message. Authority. Have the authority to make decisions. The government authorities. Awareness. Raise public awareness. A lack of awareness. Badly. Badly damaged. Miss him badly. Belonging. A sense of belonging. Need for belonging. Beneficial. A mutually beneficial agreement. A mutually beneficial relationship. Biased. Biased information. Biased coverage. Blossom. Cherry blossoms. Blossom into a successful business. Bond. A bond of friendship. Government bonds. Booming. A booming economy. A booming population. Bury. Bury the dead. Bury the truth. Capacity. The capacity of the freezer. Work at full capacity. Check. Check the website for details. Check the growth of public spending. Civil. Civil conflicts. Civil unrest. Civil aviation. Collapse. The roof collapsed under the weight of snow. The government collapsed. Commitment. Make a commitment. Financial commitments. Compensation. Claim compensation. Award compensation. Workers' compensation. Confess. Confess the fact. Confess my ignorance. Confidence. Build confidence in your ability. Consumer confidence. Conscious. Make a conscious choice. Make a conscious effort. Consequence. An inevitable consequence of the war. Face the consequences. Consideration. Consideration for other people. Give serious consideration. Constitute. Health expenditure constitutes 20% of the GDP. What constitutes great leadership? Constructive. Constructive criticism. Constructive suggestions. Contemporary. Contemporary music. My contemporary at college. Contract. Contract muscles. Contract a disease. Contrary. A contrary opinion. Contrary to expectations, he found a job. Contribution. Make a contribution to society. Contributions to charity. Convert. Convert an old school into apartments. Convert to Christianity. Convey. Convey my message. Convey my feelings. Core. Core value. Core competence. Be rotten to the core. Council. A student council. The UN Security Council. Critical. Be of critical importance. Critical thinking. Critical remarks. A critical condition. Cultivate. Cultivate a crop. Cultivate a skill. Currency. Foreign currency. The term has gained currency. Deal. A fair deal. Sign a deal. Decay. Decaying food. Tooth decay. Deliver. Deliver a message. Deliver a baby. Demonstrate. Demonstrate his ability. Demonstrate against the war. Dense. A dense population. A dense fog. Depict. Depict a picture. Depict a story. Deposit. Withdraw a deposit. A security deposit. Oil deposit. Deprive. Be deprived of freedom. Be deprived of rights. Detect. Detect a disease. Detect a difference. Diplomatic. Diplomatic relations. A diplomatic attempt at avoiding conflicts. Discipline. Strict discipline. Instill discipline in children. Discipline a child. Distort. Distort the truth. A loudspeaker distorts a human voice. District. A school district. A shopping district. Diversity. Cultural diversity. Biological diversity. Domestic. Domestic violence. The domestic market. Due. Due to her efforts. A due date. A due consideration. Dynamic. A dynamic process. A dynamic society. Editor. A newspaper editor. A magazine editor. Engage. Engage the audience. Engage in agriculture. Enlarge. Enlarge a photo. An enlarged image. Enormous. An enormous amount of work. Enormous potential. Enrich. Enrich your life. Cereals enriched with vitamins. Enthusiasm. Enthusiasm for learning. Enthusiasm for educational reform. Entire. The entire age groups. The entire agreement. Equally. Divide the profit equally. equally important. Equipment, electronic equipment, computer equipment, intellectual equipment. Essential, be essential to survival. The essential problem with this plan. Esteem, self-esteem, a highly esteemed scientist. Estimate, estimate the time of arrival. Estimate the repair cost. Ethnic, ethnic culture, ethnic diversity. Evident, an evident fact, a self-evident truth. Exceed, exceed the speed limit. Exceed expectations. Exhaust, I was exhausted at work. Car exhaust. Existence, human existence. Lead a peaceful existence. Explosion, a bomb explosion. A population explosion. Extend, extend a deadline. Extend a helping hand. Faithful, a faithful servant. Be faithful to the original. Favourable, favourable reviews. A favourable opportunity. Feed, feed a cat. Feed a family. An oil feed pipe. Fertile, fertile land. A fertile imagination. Fierce, fierce competition. Fierce attacks. Figure, sales figures. Have a good figure. Forecast, forecast demand. A weather forecast. Foundation, a solid foundation at home. The foundation of a house. Fulfill, fulfill your dream. Fulfill your potential. Fulfill my responsibilities. Functional, a functional disorder. A functional approach to learning. Fundamental, fundamental rights to privacy. Be fundamental to success. Further, further develop the economy. For further details. For further information. Futile, a futile attempt. A futile exercise. Generate, generate income. Generate interest. Generate electricity. Gifted, a gifted child. A gifted musician. Grant, grant a request. I was granted French citizenship. Grant your wish. Grasp, grasp a chance. Grasp a rope. Grasp the key points. Grief, her grief for the death of her mother. Harbour, harbour a grudge. Harbour a criminal. Hardship, the hardship of poverty. The hardship of hunger. Harsh, harsh weather. The harsh reality. Horizontal, a horizontal line. A horizontal axis. Host, host the Olympics. Host a party. Host the TV show. Humble, humble beginnings. In my humble opinion. Illegal, illegal activities. Illegal drugs. Illustrate, illustrate my point. Illustrate the difference. Individual, individual differences. Individual capacity. Influential, an influential leader. An influential book. Informal, an informal, easygoing atmosphere. An informal meeting. Inhabit. The area inhabited by wild animals. Institution. A financial institution. The institution of marriage. He is an institution around here. Insulting. An insulting remark. An insulting gesture. Intellectual. Intellectual curiosity. Intellectual ability. Intensify. The conflict intensified. The violence intensified. Intensify the effectiveness. Interaction. The interaction with other people. Interfere. Interfere in family problems. Interfere with business. Interpretation. The interpretation of laws. The interpretation of data. Invest. Invest in the property market. Invest time and effort. Investigate. Investigate the effect of stress. Investigate the crime scene. Isolated. An isolated island. An isolated incident. Justify. Justify the decision. Justify his actions. Landscape. An urban landscape. A political landscape. Launch. Launch a campaign. Launch a new product. Launch a boat. Leading. A leading company. A leading role. Legend. The legend of Robin Hood. A living legend. Literature. English literature. Campaign literature. Magnificent. A magnificent view. A magnificent building. Mass. A mass of people. Mass production. Material. Building materials. Educational materials. Leader material. Maturity. Emotional maturity. The maturity date. Meaningful. A meaningful life. A meaningful glance. Memorial. A war memorial. A memorial for victims. Military. Military forces. Military presence. Military action. Miserable. A miserable failure. A miserable income. Misleading. Misleading advertisements. Misleading information. Modify. Genetically modified food. Modify the law. Monotonous. A monotonous routine. A monotonous life. Motivate. What motivated him to commit a crime? Motivate students. Mutual. Mutual respect. Mutual trust. A mutual friend. A mutual interest. Nationwide. A nationwide campaign. A nationwide survey. Navigation. Car navigation. Air navigation. Navigation aids. Navigation control. Neglect. Neglect my child. Neglect my duty. Neglect of the property. Noticeable. A noticeable difference. A noticeable increase. Notion. The notion of parents. The notion of education. Notorious. A notorious criminal. A notorious killer. Numerous. On numerous occasions. A numerous family. A numerous army. Obstacle. An obstacle race. An obstacle in business. Obvious. Obvious benefits. obvious advantages. Odd, odd clothes, odd socks, do odd jobs, 100 odd years, outstanding, an outstanding performance, outstanding debts, outstanding issues, overwhelm, be overwhelmed with sadness, be overwhelmed with questions. The tsunami overwhelmed the city. Pathetic, a pathetic derelict, a pathetic excuse. Peculiar, a peculiar smell, a peculiar species. Perspective, a historical perspective, a global perspective. Lose a sense of perspective. Phenomenon, the global phenomenon of climate change. He is a phenomenon. Physical, physical fitness, the physical environment. Potential, potential customers. Leadership potential. Precise, precise measurements, precise details. Preference, customer's preference, a personal preference. Prejudice, a racial prejudice. Prejudice the chance. Principle, moral principles. Against my principle. Archimedes' principle. Proceed, proceed with a plan. Passengers proceed to gate 25. Productive, a productive worker, a productive writer. Profitable, a profitable business, a profitable experience. Reasoning, scientific reasoning, logical reasoning. The reasoning behind this decision. Reform, reform the system. An economic reform. Regularly, meet regularly. Be regularly spaced. Restore, restore my health. Restore the building. Retirement, a retirement age. Happy retirement. Rigid, rigid rules. Rigid plastic. Ruin, ruin my life. Financial ruin. Scarce, scarce resources. Scarce water. Screen, be screened for cancer. Screen a movie. Secure, a secure job. Secure a contract. Secure a boat with a rope. Setting, in an urban setting. In a rural setting. The setting of the novel. Sheer, the sheer number of tourists. Sheer luck. Sheer cliffs. Shrink, the economy is shrinking. The market is shrinking. Solid, solid rocks. Solid evidence. Species, an endangered species. An animal species. Split, split the coconut in half. The party is deeply split on this issue. Struggle, struggle to survive. Struggle with cancer. Suspicious, a suspicious package. A suspicious look. Symptom, symptoms of allergy. Symptoms of influenza. Symptoms of an earthquake. Temporary, temporary workers. Temporary jobs. Tragic, a tragic event. A tragic incident. Transfer, transfer money. Transfer data. Undergo, undergo surgery. Undergo tests. undergo rapid changes. Vehicle, a motor vehicle, a vehicle for propaganda. Absorb, absorb water, be absorbed in work.